Everybody, welcome to All About the Joy. Rick Costa, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Tony D, what's up, baby? How you doing?
How y'all doing? I'm in here. I'm in
Yes.
here.
So Tony and I have been here for a minute. Rick just jumped on. Rick, how you doing? I mean, I kind
Doing
of know,
okay.
but
Yeah,
you
doing
all
all right.
right?
We're maintaining. We're all right.
Yeah. How was your week?
It's not too bad. It was okay.
Okay. Yeah. You don't sound great today, so that
Yeah.
makes sense.
There was the rush of getting mom to bed and then other issues and
Yeah.
stuff. But I'll be all right.
Yeah. Tony, how was your week?
Not too bad. Allergies decided they want to kick in pretty hard this week. So if I turn my camera off, I got to blow my nose. So
We're all having issues today. Let me tell you, I actually had a great day today.
Good.
I unbelievably had like bam, 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 like just a busy day, but it was all meeting really amazing, great people and dealing with really, really good stuff. I had to meet with a lawyer this morning, and that's never going to go well, right?
right.
Mm,
But this man was on point. Like he was so cool. And this whole conversation people have about us, well, not you guys, but me swearing.
Yes.
like the reason why I love this guy is because he swears. Like he on his YouTube channel, on everything. He's just again, it's kind of like it's just this flavor. It's not anything malicious or bad or anything. He's just having a
Right.
conversation. So that went really well. I was really happy about that. I had another conversation with some bank folk.
Mm.
hmm
Thank folk.
Yes, had some conversation with some bank folk about my loan I've been asking about. So we are, you have to push hard. You have to keep asking people. You got to keep saying, no, you're wrong. I'm right.
mhm.
Da, 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 da. So we're going to see how that goes. But it was a really good meeting. And I was really glad that they took the meeting. And let me say something, big banks, and I work with a lot of them, and I actually have Bank of America. Let me tell you, big banks are never ever ever going to deal with like little people in the way in which they deal with rich people. But you
Right.
know who will sit down with you and have a conversation on a Zoom call or whatever? Credit unions.
I was gonna say that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're not part of a credit union, you're missing out because they have really good interest rates. They really do treat you like a community, whatever. And so I had a conversation with them today, and they were on point and awesome. And I feel really good about the possibilities. You know what I'm saying?
They
So
made you
that was
Hey,
comfortable. Hey,
good.
Cynthia.
Cynthia. They
Hi,
made you.
Cynthia. How are you?
Yeah, I've heard that for a
Um,
long time that they said if you can go credit union, do it.
Yeah. A lot of credit unions, even if you're not part of a union, they
Hmm.
will find a way to get you in because their whole thing is about servicing as many people as possible.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, and I'm part of SAG after, and I do have a checking account with my credit union, and I love them, and I've had them for a long time. They're just never my first thought when it's like, oh, I need a business loan because they're not a business bank.
Right.
Right, right.
But anyway, so that was good. Also, since Cynthia just came on, oh no, what did I do with it? Cynthia, I just got my book today. Let me tell you about something, people. Sorry. So this woman on TikTok, I don't know if you guys have seen this TikTok. Her name is Brenda Biddix, Fire Eagle. She wrote
Okay.
a book, okay? And it was like, I think it was like 15 bucks. 50. It's not even my genre of a book. It's called Pond Water. This
Hmm.
woman is suffering from Parkinson's, so it's her and her son, and all the money is going towards her medical bills. And it's a short story, and I just got it today, and I'm really excited. I love supporting good people, right, Cynthia? Yay! So if you're on TikTok, go check them out. I know a lot of people are asking for money and asking for help, and I get it. And none of us have a lot of money or whatever, but I'm just saying she signs it. Like she has a really hard time signing it, but like she signs each book.
Hmm.
And just made me feel good to help. And I've already read like 30 pages of it. So not my genre, but it's good. It's very easy read. So I've
That's what's
had
up.
a good day.
Hey,
I
Cynthia.
ain't gonna lie about
So
it.
Cynthia had the book?
Cynthia had sent me the TikTok about it. I had seen it before and I had ordered the book, but it takes like a week or so or something.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna
Cynthia had sent
say
it to me.
if she knows the name and title, maybe she could type it in, do us a favor. That way, if somebody's interested.
Oh, it's called Pond Water. Oh, you mean the TikToker?
I'm just saying, like, some people like to see it visually. Hearing is one thing. People,
Oh yeah, and I'm not really good at the whole. So
that's why I'm asking Cynthia to do it.
I know. Cynthia, if you could put the TikTok link in there, that would be great. Here's the thing, Rick, I sent you the whole thing from Restream, right? Hey, Melanie.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Melanie.
Hi, Melanie. How are you? How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. I sent you the whole thing from Restream, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I've been negotiating with them because I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to stay with you. I don't know. So anyone who's been with us knows that I've been having a lot of issues with my Restream account, and they've been working really, really hard. And so now I'm trying to renegotiate because my year subscription is coming up, and y'all know I've been trying out StreamYard. You know what I mean? So I was kind of like, so I sent Rick the emails they've been sending me because I'm like, see, it wasn't me. You know what I mean? Right. So we'll see. March 4th, I have to make a decision. So we'll see how this stream goes. Make a decision. So what else is going on? I didn't come up with a full agenda because I thought we would just chill and hang out. But how you guys, you know what, Tony? I thought about you, Beyonce and country music. I was just wondering if you were into Texas. Because you're the music king. How are you feeling about Beyonce crossing over with her country music and topping the charts with Texas Hold'em?
Okay.
What?
I'm not a country music man. I'm not a big Beyonce fan. I have heard about it. I have seen the stories. A lot of women I've seen are supporting her. A lot of women.
Women?
Yes. I see a lot of women that's supporting her. She's making her money. I can't say nothing against it. I wasn't a fan of it. I actually heard the song last week. And
you're not a fan of hers? That's so interesting. Really? Why?
She's
not your genre.
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. I like about 3 or 4 of her songs.
Okay, but do you like Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So it's just not your music. You're not.
She's very female oriented in her music, and I'm not a woman.
Female empowerment. Yeah, I could see how that would rub you the wrong way.
Not so much female empowerment, but female oriented. I can't go. It's like when MC Lake made Roughneck. We was all jamming. It was like, wait a minute, we can't be singing this.
Right. Okay, that's cool.
I can't do that.
That's fair enough. Okay. I know single ladies, right? So okay, but she topped the charts. John Schneider from what's that show?
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard clearly had an issue.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah.
He was so upset. So what's his name? Josh Schneider?
John Schneider. He's also
John Schneider.
Yes. It's basically about somebody who's an artist coming over to that genre and taking over. People are going to have an issue with that. It's like when the hip hop stars started going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I get it, but we had an impact in the music world.
Well, wait. The thing that was interesting about what he said is in one sentence, he said, she shouldn't be able to come into our genre. Oh, but it's okay that Shania Twain can go into, hip hop or whatever. It was just hilarious. I'm like, that's called racism, people. That's racism right there, baby. Like, you're being stupid, John Schneider. What, Rick?
That don't impress me much.
Okay. Right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, in the same breath, he didn't even realize like how hypocritical and contradictory and dumbassery he was sounding by talking like that. What, Tony?
Well, some people.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying it was like, I mean, if you're going to stand on a statement, at least be, what, did we just lose him?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
While I'm turning my camera off.
It's all good. Some
people just need to stay in their lane and mind their business.
Oh, you were talking about John Schneider, though, right?
Yeah.
That was just weird, yeah. And I'm not a country music fan either. I realize, though, I really don't like the twang in country music, right? We talked about that in the past. And to me, there's no twang in it, but it's just not my thing. But I'm very happy for her. I was cracking up.
Well, and she has fans in that genre. So she made music for them. People got to realize you have an artist that is a specific genre, but you will have people outside of the genre who may also like their music, who may want them to make music for them. And that's what it is. That's the truth.
Hey, Jeff, how are you? Beyonce looked whiter than Taylor Swift. Good music is good music. Luke and Tracy was amazing. What do you mean Beyonce looked whiter than Taylor Swift? In what?
That sounds like racism.
I know Jeff. We went to college together, so I'm like, I know that he's not, but I don't know what he means by that. What do you mean? Oh, because she bleached her hair white or something?
I don't know. I haven't seen a
Jeff, you're gonna have to
video.
be more specific because people gonna think you racist. So
I have seen like the conspiracy people say like, here was Beyonce then, and look at her now,
Oh, hair
and
and hat. I got you.
yeah, I can't really say it's not true. She's lighter than she used to be. I don't know why, but no
her
problem,
hair
Cynthia.
and hat, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
first of all, let's just be clear that she is a light-skinned Black woman.
Yeah,
That's kind of like, and that's kind of like saying that I would look white if I dyed my hair white, and you know what I mean? Like it's kind of not fair, and I've gotten that in the past.
Uh-huh.
So there is that too. I mean, but that doesn't make you less Black as a person of color. You know what I mean? But I guess I get it. Yeah, Jeff, I hear you. Yeah, she has her hair white platinum now. Because she was doing that whole platinum thingamajiggy on her tour or whatever, and all the silver and whatever. So I think she looks absolutely stunning. I'm sick and tired of all of her pictures because she's so beautiful for these fashion designers. Yeah, it's all jealousy and hatred, like deep. You know what I mean? She's so gorgeous, but she's just she's also highlighting just an amazing array of designers and fashion in everything that she does. So it's not just the music, right? It's kind of it's the whole package that is kind of fascinating to me to kind of watch. Yeah, she is beautiful, but I think she tries too hard.
I think they're pushing her more than she's trying. I think they're pushing her because she was fine when she was with Destiny's Child with the black hair. The minute she went blonde and started doing other music, people went crazy over her.
Why
So she,
is it not okay for her to change things up a bit?
no, it is. But
Oh,
I
okay.
really feel like they dolled her up. She was fine with Destiny's Child. They were fine. They were good.
What do you mean fine? She is amazing now as a single. I
I
love
know, but
Beyonce.
they kind of pulled her and made her something else outside of how she was when she first came in. There was something
They were kids in Destiny's Child,
I know,
though.
but they felt like they made a change to them. It really does feel like they made a change to them.
You realize, I think she's almost 40, right?
Yeah.
And she got 3 children. So I'm just saying, like,
Yes.
Destiny's Child was. I'm just saying, do we say these same things about men in the industry? Like, hey, changed it up. Why did
Look at
Why did
Michael. They
Justin
changed
Timberlake
all of
go
them.
single? No, but I'm just throwing that out there as an idea. Why you're making a judgment that I don't think is kind of
I
fair.
may be wrong, but that's the perception I kind of got. I feel like they dolled her up. When they start making your hair light like that, they're starting to make her,
Okay,
like you said,
I
she looks
just-
lighter.
I want to defend Beyonce in this sense. I don't think anyone is telling Beyonce to do anything. I think Beyonce is saying, you know what? This is how I want to do A, B, C, and D. Let's
If
try
that's the
this.
case,
Blah,
then
blah,
you're
blah.
right. Yeah, if that's
Why would you think it's not? Why would you think they are doing something to her? Who is this they? I'm not trying to be
you tell me with the who was the day.
I'm just saying.
What's up, Karam? How you doing?
Hi, Karam.
Sometimes certain stars, they just doll them up, make them bigger. It seems like there was a change to her.
Of course, there was a change. She grew up. She's not, so say my. She can only sing "Say My Name" for so long. Say my name, say my name.
And it's not like Michelle and what's the other woman's name? I forgot now.
Michelle and Latoya.
Latoya.
What are we
Latoya
talking
Luckett.
about?
Yes, Latoya Luckett.
No, Destiny's Child. Latoya.
Yeah, Latoya Luckett was a member.
That was her name.
I don't know all the members. I just knew Beyonce.
There
I mean, I
was-
remember,
They're not famous like Beyonce, but they're doing all right. They've done their
There
own
was
thing.
Kelly. There was Michelle.
Kelly, that's the one I'm talking about.
Kelly.
I'm talking about Kelly. Oh, you talking
Right.
about Kelly? Yeah.
Yeah,
Kelly
yeah,
Rowland.
yeah. Latoya was before, right? Early.
No.
Rick, why is your internet kind of going in and out?
Is it?
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
making note for restream because I'm gonna complain. Yeah, just saying. I think she's chasing Taylor. Taylor had a movie, then Bey had a movie. Yeah, I think that's all your perception. And things don't happen that fast.
Jeff,
Go ahead,
if I
Rick.
may,
I mean, go
she
ahead,
was
Tony.
in Dreamgirls. She was in Cadillac Records. She already had movies, honestly.
Yeah, she did.
She did. She already had movies. That one I'm going to have to disagree with, honestly. Cynthia, you behave.
Tony doesn't like change. That's right. I agree with that, Cynthia, 100%.
Something seemed different. Some people change and something seemed different to me.
I just want you to kind of reflect back and maybe consider the possibility that you're putting too much of your ideas on what she may be doing as opposed to giving her some creative kind of respect. And she's a grown woman who is a mega star, and like they changed her, they made her different. She a grown woman.
If she did it herself, then you're correct.
But okay.
My thing is, we are literally arguing about somebody changing their hair color. Who cares?
I don't.
Well, we care. That's why we talk about it. I care. I mean, look, it's not that. I think the issue is bigger, and I'm trying to make a kind of point. Is I think sometimes, especially men, don't realize that sometimes you say things that are not really fair. You know what I mean? Like we're making a judgment.
Women don't.
Bring one up. Go ahead. I'm ready.
I know plenty.
I'm waiting. Go ahead. Let's talk about
This
it.
is where the controversy really starts.
That's right.
Think about what we're saying, or we'll say things and what?
I'm saying you're putting some pressures on a woman star that I don't think you put on men when we're having a conversation.
No, we put the pressure on men too, because Michael Jackson caught plenty of flack for changes he made.
But wait.
Yes.
I said men. You said women too. I said, go ahead, tell me when.
When women had put pressure on men?
When I said something that was indicative of what I was saying about what you and Rick were kind of doing. Well, not Rick. Rick, you weren't really saying. It was all Tony being
I said
bad
I felt like there was a change made to her. I did. You think that she was just being more creative?
Okay. Do you think a change was made to Michael?
Yes.
Or do you think Michael Jackson made his own choices? That's a great
I don't know
example.
if he made those choices to his face. He would have to tell me that.
But this is what I'm saying is when we think of Michael Jackson, or we think of Prince, or we think of whatever celebrity that we think we respect who are men, we don't all of a sudden assume that they weren't in charge of their own creative decisions.
No, I'm not coming that hard. And like you said if she did, I'm like, okay, cool. Might change his face. Everybody talked about that. Prince didn't change nothing.
I know, but did you hear what I just said? I said, when you speak of Michael or men, you give them undue respect by not saying that somebody did something to them.
We think something happened to Michael. If you want to use a man that's changed, and
going over your head what I'm trying to say.
Let me try to translate.
Going over. Go ahead, Rick. Go ahead.
Let me try to translate. So, when a woman makes a change, it might have been them that made her do it. But if a man makes a change, it wasn't them. He just decided to do it. I think that's what we're trying to do.
I don't think Mike did that to us. I think something else happened.
Well, Mike clearly didn't do his own plastic surgery. But
next topic.
This is good. Look, I just think it's important because how we talk about women in any industry it is changing. It is changing. You know what I mean?
What's up, Mike?
Hey, Michael.
Oh, cool.
The sound quality is perfect. There's no fading in and out. I like the energy level in this broadcast. Okay, we're still testing out Restream because they're always paying attention now.
We know Mike likes this anyway.
I know. But Tony, here's my thing. I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. I'm saying the way in which we all talk about each other needs to be elevated, and so we need to call each other out when we're accidentally saying things that are probably not as supportive. I think Beyonce and Taylor Swift are pretty powerful women who make their own decisions. I don't think anyone is telling Beyonce against her will to make her hair platinum or to wear whatever outfit she wants to wear. I am pretty sure she is making no decisions. And when Verizon comes to her and says, hey, do you want to? She's like, no or yes.
No, I believe that. I believe that.
You know what I mean?
And what if it's
so
a
when
wig?
you say the day thing, it bothers me. Go ahead, Rick. I'm sorry.
It's a wig. Could be a wig.
I mean, she's a black woman, so it doesn't matter if it's a wig. I mean, she's always had blonde hair. Do you think women are more pretty in the industry or men are more supportive? Oh, petty. I was like, do you think women are more petty in the industry or men are more supportive of each other?
That's a good question. That's a very good question.
I don't think it's a good question. I don't know why do I think women are more petty?
I think both are petty and there are some where both are supportive because we've seen it and heard it. If you want the truth, Jeffrey, I'll be honest about that. Some people, everybody gets criticized, but also everybody gets supported. That's why it's a very deep and strong question. I really can't answer it. I've seen both sides for both genders, honestly.
I mean, I think in this conversation, men are being more petty because you're so consumed by her blonde hair. She's trying to look like Taylor. I asked about the music, and somehow we got into a conversation about blonde hair and how white she looks. Like, so, you know, if you're going to ask me in this conversation, that's where the pettiness is. If anything, I've seen women, Taylor Swift specifically, and Beyonce supporting each other because people keep trying to say that they're against each other, and they're not. If anybody has followed any of the history of Taylor Swift and Beyonce, Taylor Swift looks up to Beyonce. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a mentor to her, and they have done things together and been more collaborative than we've even realized.
And what they've done has been more supportive of each other than critical of each other, more than their fans have been. That's the truth.
They've been really good.
What I noticed at the Grammys too is that Taylor Swift, whoever was singing, she was not always standing, but a lot of times she was standing, and she was singing the song with them. She was supporting everybody just by singing their song.
And people get so upset with her. I don't get it. Cynthia just said people pick and choose who they want to support. This is true. This is true. Jeff said in movie and music, friends always hire friends. Absolutely true. At least here in Hollywood, yes. It's all about networking. I don't know if it's friends, but it's definitely who you know. It's all about who you know.
Movie and music, though?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good question, Rick. Say that again.
Is it just movie and music, though?
Mario is in the house. Hey, Mario.
Senor Mario. Senor.
No, Rick, you're probably right in every industry, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you got what's that word? Nepotism. People that hire their relatives.
Well, that's just bad.
Bad people that got money and hiring their relatives. I almost don't blame them.
I do. I think that's wrong.
I get it.
I think
but
it's
if
wrong.
you come up, you bring the people with you. I get that.
I'm saying if they're not qualified, right? So like, no offense, but like if I were to hire, you know, somebody and they're not qualified just because they're related to me, that would get me really upset, especially when they failed and I could have hired somebody who's great. So you being related to me ain't gonna get you in. You need to be qualified.
You gotta be qualified.
I mean, let me see. Mara said they've supported each other movies premieres. That's true. That was really great, actually. Cynthia said it's everywhere, even in the hospitals. Ooh. I know all them doctors and nurses and everybody who works for each other. It's all about who you know. And I think we're less for it. Like when people are hiring their relatives, I think we all lose out because not only do we not get the job, but then you get less quality if the person's not qualified. Yeah. Does that make sense?
But it's not always a bad thing. Like you said, if they're qualified. Like my job that I have now, I got it through a high school friend. She's like, oh, I was on whatever those websites you look up jobs. I saw your name on there. Are you looking for a job? And I knew her in high school.
Right.
She got me the job. Still
but that's a network. That's not your relative and you're qualified.
Right. It is network.
So nepotism is you're my brother and I hire you, or you're my son and I hire you to become the executive or the CEO, whatever, when I leave, and you have no experience whatsoever. Michael just said the world is forever in deep levels of debate. We need to celebrate our differences, more love, less hate and judgment. That's what all about the joy is, but you got to have the debates. Deep debates are a good thing. Tony, I'm gonna steal that from you.
I believe you.
I'm gonna make you do that, and I'll put you in a good background. I'll have you do that, and that's gonna become part of my trademark. Oh, it's so cute.
Don't give me one second.
Go ahead, go do your thing. Don't worry.
And all
I heard was food is coming to something. What?
All about the Joy promo, and then all of a sudden you see Tony.
Exactly. I'm totally gonna steal it from him because he does it all the time, and it's so funny. I think debates are great. I think the level of respect and having conversations is really important. And I think you were very kind, and so were a few other people who listened to my podcast last week on Carmen Talk, and it's actually become one of the highest podcasts listened to, which is really freaking me out that these things are happening. But and it happened so fast. But it's part of that conversation, right? Having a debate and a conversation about things that are very touchy and hard.
Oh, cool.
But this is the first time I actually got to watch one of your shows.
Welcome.
Jeff. Well, thank you. Welcome. He was here. Jeff, you were here before, or maybe you tagged on one of my videos before, I think. Yeah. But yeah, that whole conversation was important too, just talking about different ways of understanding race, you know.
I like what you did there. I was like, oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. You started with one thing, the whole handicap thing, started there to get people to open their mind and relax, and then boom.
Boom. I didn't do boom though. I didn't do boom. Okay, so first I should tell you that I try not to use the word handicap, because what I understand is that it comes from a derogatory place. And look, I'm just trying. This isn't about being woke, but if being woke means not being asleep, I'm all for it. Okay, what I mean, like I'm all for it. But hand in cap is what people. That's where that word comes from. Hand in cap, and it's people used to have to beg for money all the time. So I try to. If you notice in that podcast, I kept trying to say disabled or challenged or whatever, because I'm trying to use better words, being a smarter, more compassionate, more inclusive human being, quote unquote woke. I love the word woke. I think people need to embrace that word, because y'all got it twisted. I do not want to be asleep, but that's where that word comes from. And when you learn where words come from, you realize, you know what? I don't need to use that word. Use something different. What are we gonna say, Rick?
You're gonna talk about woke. No, this is my field, I guess, of fandom. But people are losing their mind over the X-Men '97 cartoon because they're like, it's woke, da da da. Like the stuff they're saying is just crazy.
You're gonna have to tell me. I don't know what.
X-Men '97 cartoon.
Yes, it's an animated.
What do you mean X-Men '97 cartoon?
So, I don't know if any of you ever saw the Fox X-Men cartoon from when you were younger.
In the early 90s.
So they're bringing it back. X-Men '97 is called.
Oh,
so it's basically a continuation.
A couple of characters. I know what you're talking about.
So Morph, they're saying is what's that word?
Binary.
Yes. So people are like, Morph is binary. This is supposed to be a continuation from '97. That word didn't even exist for that thing. Da, da, da. People are having a flipping heart attack about that. Then another thing, this was really, really weird to me. They were like comparing a picture of Rogue's butt from the first cartoon to this one. They're like, she ain't got no butt. They took away her butt. She ain't feminine no more. And people are making videos on YouTube.
Okay, you guys have too much. You guys have too much time on your hands.
They do.
But that's what I'm saying. People are losing their minds making videos about this. I'm like, yo, it's not that deep.
Okay, Mario agrees with you. X-Men '97 is wild. Jeffrey said, I want to see more of that. Of what Rick has in his cabinet. There should be a show on his collectibles. You can actually go watch Rick on his own show at rickcosta.com. He's on every day, and you can see everything behind his. He's a big Marvel fan. You know. Here's the thing. How do you feel about it, though, Rick? How do you feel about a certain character? I don't know the X-Men '97 cartoons. I'm not gonna watch it, but. So, but making a character binary or different race or different gender, how do you feel about it?
I mean, first of all, it hasn't even come out yet. So for people to just dog it like crazy and you haven't even seen it yet. Like,
but how do you know then? How do you know? Are they promoting it as in
this? We did
character?
A story on the last week. I did see it online last week.
I've seen at least 15 people making videos complaining about this cartoon.
No, but how do they know?
Because the trailer came out just off the trailer.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And I'm like,
yo, last week there was. I saw it up there. I didn't watch it.
It's not even out yet. Yes, Cynthia, they're pretty cool characters.
Cynthia said, I love Rogue and Gambit. Okay. Yeah. But so how do you, I know, okay, so that's the people. Let me ask you a question for the fourth time. How do you feel about it, Rick?
I don't want to prejudge it before I see it. You know, people love to nitpick any little thing.
Well, you got great answers, Rick. I ain't gonna lie.
No, but it's
he's
true.
Not even going to toe the line, but he's saying he's going to wait to see it. So I'm hearing you don't care if somebody's binary or whatever.
I'm saying you're saying that this is trash, like Madam Web actually was trash, that movie. But anyway, that's another topic. Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse.
I don't know that one. Okay.
That's even worse on the internet. Oh my gosh, they are trashing that. They were like, I'd rather watch Morbius and the Marvels over this any day.
Oh yeah, save that for when we finish this one.
Okay, here's my question. So I mean, does it matter? Okay, I'm going to answer it, and then maybe you'll see why I get frustrated with you because you never want to answer questions. Okay, he's trying to tiptoe so he don't get his people mad. I don't think it really matters if the storyline isn't about an actual sexual act or whatever. Like I wouldn't care if Thor came out as gay or something. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, because that's not part of his character. It's just being more inclusive, you know? So that's what I'm saying. I think if the show is about a sexual situation and they're changing the whole thing about it, then that's different. But if they're just being more inclusive because the world is not white and these are cartoons, oh my God, like it's not real. I don't see what the big deal is, but you know, people got their issues.
Right.
The problem is they're emphasizing sexuality over the storyline.
Are they, or are they just letting you know? I don't know this
trailer. Article about it. That's what they're doing. Look at
we don't know the storyline. That's my problem.
About 10 years ago. The not the Immortals. It was I forgot. They've been pushing the sexuality of characters on a lot of movies over the past.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Or are they just letting you know to let other people look at? I'm thinking of what was the Disney movie that just came out with that beautiful young woman that was black and they all freaked out because she was
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
All she was black, and they were freaking out about it. You know, oh, they can't do this, whatever. So, I mean, were they pushing her to be like that the character has to be black, or did they just say, this is the new, what we're saying, Little Mermaid?
Oh, and didn't they do that with Cinderella? Was it Whitney? Or no, Brandy. Brandy was Cinderella.
Brandy, and then Whitney was the Wicked Witch or the Good Witch or something or whatever, right? I mean, like, so are they really pushing the sexuality, or are they just letting you know that this character is gay or whatever?
They're letting you know.
Yeah, no, but why would that be bad? Wouldn't that be good in case there's someone else out there who wants to feel?
There are people who are still against the differences of sexualities in society.
Right, but aren't there people out there we're worried about who feel ostracized because they're not part of the conversation and they're not welcome? So is it time that we can maybe change that and be more inclusive and not be so?
That's what they're doing. They're trying to change it to where it can be discussed. And the emphasis behind a lot of the conversations have been there are people who are living this way, feeling this way, or even want to express themselves this way who are not represented in Hollywood. And that's why it's being talked about and discussed. That's been said.
I love when it's bad stuff. Everybody wants to blame Hollywood. In Hollywood, it's like it is. It's Hollywood. It's okay.
Movies, cartoons, all of them have.
I'm just messing with you. It's just like, you need to throw Hollywood under the bus here. Hollywood is always trying to push the limit. It's always Hollywood is trying to push the limit so that we become a better.
We do have people with these characteristics or orientations in society who are not properly represented. They're correct. But you have the old-fashioned folks who don't want to see it and hear it, and they're the ones complaining.
Is it old-fashioned? Is that the right word?
Yes. Old-fashioned folks don't want to see homosexuality. Let's just throw it out there.
Okay, wait. But you said see homosexuality. See, that's where I want to just play with this a little bit. Are you actually seeing a homosexual act, or are they just saying this character is whatever?
They're putting it in people's heads. You don't even have to.
So they're making people aware.
Yes.
Okay. I think curiosity and being smart and being open-minded is what we all wish to be. Am I off my rocker or right?
Not entirely, no.
And Not entirely.
And I'm being serious because any and every aspect of humanity needs to be represented in all these movies, TVs, shows. Honestly, they have to be. People have a problem with a lot of the recent superhero movies based on the Asian descent. People have a problem with a lot of movies back in the day when they had black characters over white characters. You got to realize these people are in society, y'all. They deserve to be represented. They deserve their civil liberties, all of that. They have the same rights to be around here and to make money and to be popular the same way everybody else does. That's all.
But can I also add this? I think you're absolutely right. But the other part of it too that I think is, aren't we better people when we have more people around us who are different and not like us?
We're supposed. Ooh, that's a conversation. We're supposed to be.
But what do you mean we're supposed to be? I love meeting people who are different, who inspire me, who are smart, who have a different point of view, who teach me something all the time. I think that's what makes me a better human being.
I've enjoyed that in the previous years that I've been on the internet, talking to people from all over the world with different aspects, just like you said. And Rick, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I got a kick out of that on apps. Every time we talk to somebody from somewhere else who either had a different aspect, gave me a different vision on something. All of that. I thought one thing, well, I thought this, oh, that's interesting. Well, there may be this. Okay, I didn't think about that. All of those different conversations are phenomenal. I agree with you 100%.
So Cynthia just said that's how it should be. So you're okay then with some of these characters being of different sexual orientation, different ethnicities, different heights, weights, whatever. I mean, I guess if you're a superhero, you probably need to be in some type of shape or whatever, but maybe not. I don't know. But you're okay with them changing up the Little Mermaid to be black instead of.
It didn't bother me one bit.
No, of course not. I'm kind of
No,
being.
it didn't, because, well, the kicker was everybody wants, when you're an actor, and I had to learn this a while ago, when you're an actor, you have to play different types of roles. I get it. There was a big old stink about a black woman playing a Little Mermaid because the story had a little white girl.
But the story is not, it's not real.
Don't tell me, tell them.
No, it's a mermaid doesn't really exist. So it was just, and she's actually beautiful. I mean, she's stunningly, and she was like the perfect Little
She
Mermaid.
did an outstanding job, I understand.
Perfectly cast.
It's a reimagining. What's wrong with a reimagining of a story? What's wrong with it?
Yeah, and also reimagining in a way that, again, I think enhances the story because it makes us better people when we have differences around us. And I don't know, I feel like we get stuck in racial issues because we don't want to talk about racial issues or gender issues or whatever. And I'm kind of trying to change that up a bit. You know what I mean? I'm kind of trying to come at, well, no, because it doesn't all have to be angst.
No, it does not.
All have to be
That's why I
anger.
said good luck. I agree with you.
Now I got another twist. And this is again on the same cartoon, X-Men 97. So now whoever's in charge is saying if the character is Asian, they want an Asian voice actor.
They want a what?
A what?
Like Jubilee,
a voiceover
Jubilee
actor
is one of the
Asian.
characters, and she's Asian. So like, okay, the person that does the voice, they have to be an actual Asian person.
Okay,
If
well
they're
now you're
black,
going
they gotta
down the
be
rabbit
black.
hole of dumbass people. But because
This is
here's
what
the
I'm
thing.
saying.
No, because here's the thing.
Can't see
A voiceover actor is going to do a voice that they need to do for the character. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't think it matters. But and I know you really want to talk about that show. I can tell, but we're not talking about it because I don't know it.
No.
So this
I'm
is the
just bringing it up.
surfacey part we get to talk. Jeffrey just said I loved the new Mermaid. Is that what it was called? The
That's
new
what
Mermaid?
it was.
The Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid, yeah.
Yeah. I saw it, and you know, whatever. It's not my thing, and I know Cynthia wants to shoot me because I don't. I mean, I love these shows, but I don't. You know, I don't even think I saw them when I was little. It wasn't my thing, Disney stuff. But
I saw the one in the 90s. It was a trip. It was pretty good.
what do you mean? Oh, the original, you mean?
They did the animated one in the 90s, and it was pretty good. I think it was the 90s. Might have been 2000s.
Under the Sea.
Under the Sea. That crap was killing me.
What was that? Wait, the 90s isn't the original one. The original one is like in the 70s.
That's why I said I saw the one in the 90s. As an Asian, get me a role. I could be dinner guest 5.
Gangster 8.
As an Asian, get me a role. I can be dinner guest 5 or gangster 8.
That's
Come on. Or you could be the lead actor in a awesome movie, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I feel like we're getting better at it, but every time I think we're making like 2 steps forward, it's like then we take 6 steps back. And then I have to fight with white people about why they're wrong. You know what I mean? I'm like, sorry, I had to say it. It's just, I get exhausted, but I'm going to keep the fight going because I think it helps, you know? So Mr. Dawson says, not to change the subject, but we saw The Wiz this weekend. I know, you posted all over Facebook.
The new one they did? It was a play?
Stage
play,
play.
yeah.
Yeah. I love The Wiz, and people were upset when that movie came out because it was the quote unquote black version of The Wizard of Oz. People got all upset about it. Have you seen The Wiz?
Yeah. You can't get in. You can't get out again.
You know what's so funny? That album was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I still remember. He's on down. He's on down.
He's on down.
Yeah.
Come on, he's on down. Melanie said The Wonderful World of Disney in the 1970s, Sunday nights at 7 p.m. I don't even remember that.
That was old school. That was old school. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So, like, what would you watch? What would be like a regular
movie? The show. We was all up in there watching it.
I was telling Cynthia the other day that the movie I remember the most, that I loved the most, that was Disney, was Fantasia. Do you guys even remember that? But it was the music.
Have you seen it? I have not seen that preview. I remember Fantasia.
Have you seen the preview for the movie Wicked?
You know what I did like for the Wonderful World of Disney movie? I gotta put up there the Witch Mountain movies.
What's the Witch Mountain movie?
I remember those. I love those.
The Witch Mountain movies. Yeah, the two kids that was aliens.
What is the Witch Mountain movies? Were they aliens or something?
Aliens that came down. Yeah, and they were trying to find.
They look human, but
we made the movie about 20 years ago. I think it was Race to Witch Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Escape from Witch Mountain, Race to Witch Mountain. They had like
Witch Mountain was cool.
I think I have very selective, like, blackout memories of things, like when I was a kid, because I know I saw some of these things, but I couldn't tell you what it was.
Yeah, you probably seen those. There was the one with the cat. What's the one with the damn cat with the collar? I forgot his name.
Oh, I actually saw a video of all these old shows that I completely forgot about, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I remember that."
But when you watched it, did you remember?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Manimal, where this guy could turn into animals. Matthew Starr, this alien guy, Matthew Starr, who had like telekinesis.
See, now you walking down my lane, Carmen. You make me
okay, I'm just here to listen and learn.
I was like freaking out. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I remember that." Yeah.
I remember the Phoenix, all of that mess. Yes.
Phoenix? There was a show called Phoenix?
There was a show called Phoenix. He had a medallion, and he would literally change to a bird.
These are not shows I watched. Are these guys, are these like Speed Racer? Do you remember Speed Racer?
Speed Racer was a cartoon, yes. I never watched it.
That was like a boy show. And I remember I used to fight all the time that I didn't want to watch that show.
Yes. I remember Manimal. Manimal was dope. He would change the
Manimal sounds like a boy show.
It was a primetime TV show.
Primetime? So like at night?
Yes. It was
ABC. So you got cartoons on Saturdays.
And again, remember,
I was an '80s couch potato. I could do all of these.
we gotta remind the younger generations, when we were little, we didn't have 300 channels to watch. Yeah. You were very limited.
Yeah, we had ABC, CBS, NBC, and then you had the channels.
Yeah, PBS, and then you
PBS.
had the independent channel.
Not independent, but what was the one where you? Like the UHC channel or something. UHF channel, right? Like, because that one was always kind of staticky, but that's where like the good cartoons were sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, like the Banana Splits. Do you remember Banana Splits after school? Are you serious?
Can't remember.
See? East Coast. Oh, but you're in the East Coast, Tony.
Stop it.
So I remember vaguely Banana Splits was like these weird big puppets that would come and host the beginning of the cartoon Saturday morning shows.
The Sid and Marty Krofft puppets. That was the 60s cartoon we used to watch the reruns of. That was back with Puff and stuff in them. I know what you're talking about.
I remember Puff and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know Puff and stuff, but okay. So that's what I vaguely remember, that like Saturday mornings watching, and then you watch every cartoon.
Who are watching, you got to be about 45 to 50 to know what we're talking about. Trust me.
I am.
No, he's saying for the people watching or listening.
Oh, like, I'm like, what are you talking about? I am. Like, and most women would be like, oh, okay, well, I don't know. And I'm like,
what about, because this was a girl show. What about Josie and the Pussycats? Did you ever see that one?
I remember. Okay, that I remember.
Okay, because I knew that's a girl one. She probably knows that one. Okay.
I do, and they had the guitar. I mean, that was so goofy.
Oh, girl with a tambourine just.
Okay, but my favorite shows were like, I didn't love the Flintstones, but I loved the Jetsons, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But they were both kind of the same show.
They made a movie with the both of them. The Flintstones met the Jetsons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that I don't remember.
Wow.
How would that even happen? That doesn't even make any sense.
They did it.
Was it good?
It wasn't bad. It was all right for the time. Yeah. Everybody needed to see it. It was cool.
Okay, what was your favorite cartoon when you were growing up?
Super Friends.
Same.
Oh, I remember that.
Same.
What was the ones that were the twins?
Wonder
They
Twin
were-
powers activate. Zan and Jaina.
Yes.
And Greek the monkey.
Mhm.
I always wanted to be that person. And I loved so Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Batman.
And Rock.
Who else? Were those the four?
Green Lantern, Hawkman, Apache Chief.
Oh,
Yeah,
Apache.
Later
Yeah,
they
that
added
one.
more. Yeah.
They added more later. Right.
What's
Hey,
up,
Roger.
Hey, Roger, how are you?
How you doing, man?
Nice to see you. Yeah. Okay. So, Rick, what was your favorite?
Same. Super Friends. I
Super
couldn't wait.
Friends. So you guys are big Super Friends.
I could not
Okay,
wait
got
to
you.
watch that every Saturday. Oh yeah, I
Okay.
remember that.
Cynthia said, what's Gem?
It was kind of like Chelsea.
She-Ra and Thundercats. Okay, but Cynthia, you're in your 40s, right? I think Cynthia's like 39 or something. I don't know what she's talking about. What's Gem? I don't remember Gem.
Gem used to come on Sunday mornings.
Schoolhouse Rock.
Mhm.
They used to come on Sunday mornings for me. I know we were talking about She-Ra, which come on in the afternoons. Thundercats came on in the afternoons when I was a teenager. I know all the cartoons, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yes.
Yeah, the
Schoolhouse-
Jetsons were ahead of their time. They put a fake mask when they had to do a video call. That's true. A face mask. Right. Oh, that's right.
And guess what that is, Jeff Moreland? Guess what that is now? That new Vision Pro that's coming out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Y'all better get ready. It's about
Have
to
you
be-
seen that on TikTok? Everybody walking around with those?
I saw the advertisement. I actually had a conversation with somebody that said that's going to be a problem. I can see people walking around all day with them things on their face.
There was like these. Okay, so people who don't know what we're talking about. There's the new headset you're wearing,
From
and
Apple. Yes.
from Apple, but others are going to come out too. And you actually have like computer screens in front of you, or it's like a virtual thing. And people were on the subway in New York with it on, and they were being filmed. And they were like, they were doing things with their hands. It looks so weird because they're seeing something completely different on a screen. Yeah, I don't know if I'm cool with that, but we're just not ready for it yet.
I really do see people driving with that soon. That's not going to be good.
Well, it's okay because you'll be in a driverless car, so the car will be taking you.
That's true.
That's the point. Like, so you could be doing other stuff. You know what I mean?
Like crackheads, I can't wait to say. Exactly. That's what's going to happen, Jeff.
I can't wait until someone gets hit by a car. Don't say that. You guys don't have driverless cars where you are yet? We've had them for a long time here.
We don't have them all the time. I thought you was literally joking. You dead serious.
I'm okay. I live in California, here in Los Angeles, in Santa Monica. We have driverless cars.
There's a couple I've seen them. I didn't know they had that many out already.
We have them. They're here. They scare me to death, but you can tell because they have that big propeller, not propeller, but that thing on the hood, and it looks kind of space agey with all the stuff on it because it has to be able to. But it's actually interesting.
He said Voltron. Yes.
Let me see. So Cynthia just said it just makes people less social. Interesting. Alma said He-Man, She-Ra, Thundercats, Voltron. I remember the Smurfs. I remember that, and Care Bears and Rainbow Bright. I remember those ones. I don't remember Voltron and
Oh,
Thundercats.
baby. They made sure you watched the safe cartoons. I understand that.
I did. I was sheltered. That's why I'm a kind person.
Alba, I also remember the Snorks, the biscuits. I like the biscuits more than I like the Care Bears. I got tired of the Care Bears. I got tired
What's
of
the biscuits?
The biscuits were similar to Care Bears. They were kind of similar. I remember all that mess. Those were good Saturday mornings. These kids have been deprived of Saturday morning cartoons. It's a damn.
I do think there was something about getting up in the morning or just watching TV as a group.
Yes.
It's not even about the cartoons. Even if we just talk about the 90s, watching a show like Seinfeld or watching whatever, and then the next day at work being like, did you catch that? There is something in the social atmosphere of it all that we're losing.
Now,
Yeah.
the 80s, I think we had more in common. There was less channels, less variety. Everybody used to watch the Grammys back then. Everybody remember American Music Awards when Michael Jackson. Everybody knew the Cosby Show when it came on. We all watched that. We all watched Buck Rogers. We all watched the Dukes of Hazzard. Our parents watched Dynasty and Falcon Crest and Dallas. We all had something in common back then when they started adding more to it.
Tony going down the list by decade.
We all day. I was a beast on Trivia Pursuit.
I didn't even watch Dallas, and even I knew that guy JR got shot or something, or who shot JR or whatever it was.
It was headlines. Yes, it was.
You know what I mean? Because and then you had to watch it, even if you didn't know what was going on, because everybody was talking about it. And there was another show after. Remember, it was Falcon Crest or something. Falcon.
We had to watch it because our parents had a TV. There was only one TV.
Okay, wait. We have to read the comments. So Cynthia said Snorks and Gummy Bears. Okay, I don't know what that's about. Snorks? I don't know.
Yeah,
Snorks.
Snorks was cool. Snorks was cool.
Okay. And then Mario said you also knew when the cartoons were over when Soul Train and American Bandstand came on. Okay, now we're in my world.
Mm-hmm.
And also Mario, when the Kung Fu flicks came on, cartoons were over.
What? What?
The Kung Fu movies.
Okay, that I remember.
Bruce Lee
I remember Soul Train.
Yes, Soul Train.
The American Bandstand. Yep, trying to get out the house.
So much fun. Who was the guy in American Bandstand? Why do I remember his face?
Dick
Clark. It was Dick Clark. That's right. Heart to Heart. Oh yeah, but it's HART.
I used to love Heart to Heart. I used to love Heart to Heart. I did. I love that show.
I'm surprised
that was Robert Wagner, right? Robert Wagner and what is her name? Do not look it up. Robert Wagner and his wife they were like detectives or something, right? And they were
private eyes.
Stephanie Powers.
Thank
you.
Yeah. Good job.
Okay.
Good job. I forgot.
I loved that show. Now I have to say, I thought the Love Boat was cheesy. I even back then thought it was cheesy. I did. I'm not a cruise boat person, anyways, but I thought it was kind of cheesy.
I had to look at what Acapulco was because it was always going to damn Acapulco.
You know what I did like too, though? Well, I loved and hated at the same time because of one particular aspect. I'll use one of Tony's words, aspect. Fantasy Island.
I was just going to say that with Ricardo Montalban. I remember him.
You know what? The part that I hate was because my actual name is Ricardo.
Ricardo.
I made fun of that name all the time. They would always be like, they'd be like, hey, D-plane. I'm like, I am not Ricardo Montalban. Stop.
Yeah, but he didn't say the plane. It was the other
they were
actor.
Just bringing it up.
Right. They were messing with you. Hey, that first of all, the reason why I know that show is because we revered him. Because it was a Latino actor in a major show during primetime television, and it was so famous, so I knew Ricardo Montalban. Like, I remember we'd say that.
He was classy. To me,
he was classy as all hell.
He made him famous off of that and Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
That's right.
They got that movie because of him.
That's right.
They really did. Alma said Inspector Gadget. I watched Inspector Gadget till
you got to read the whole thing. I loved watching the Family Film Festival, and the Three Stooges came on after Inspector Gadget. Now go ahead, Tony.
Inspector Gadget came on in the afternoons for me, but I got where she's coming from. Now, Fantasy Island, I got a question. Did anybody see the movie? And did you like it? I actually did like it.
I don't remember. You mean like something recent?
Yes, it was about 5 years ago, I want to say.
Oh, wait, was that with what's the guy? I know his name. Who did it?
Oh, hold on, let me look it up.
No. Well, look it up. Come on. We can do this.
They also did a remake.
He's on a talk show. Jerry O'Connell, right? He's the one that did it. Him and his wife did it. Jerry O'Connell, I bet. That's who did it. Or they did the Love Boat, maybe. There was something that was redone recently, and Jerry O'Connell and his wife, Rebecca Romaine, did it. I think it's the Love Boat, not the Fantasy Island.
Right. I don't remember Love Boat movie, but the Fantasy Island movie.
Look up Love Boat current, like Love Boat 2021 or something, 2022. Because now I'm stressing. I think I'm right.
The real Love Boat.
No, just Jerry O'Connell and Rebecca Romaine did something. I was like, yeah, I'm not watching that. But so the Fantasy Island movie was what? Who was with it, Tony?
It got very big. Michael Pena. He was in
Really?
Ant-Man. Yeah, he talked real fast on Ant-Man. The movie got horrible reviews, but I actually watched it. It had a little bit of a twist in the end. I was actually good with it.
Really? Okay.
I was actually kind of good with it. I know somebody.
Would you recommend it, or you're just like, nah? If it's on, watch it, but not.
I don't think I'll recommend it. I would just call it a movie that I enjoyed.
Okay.
Some movies would be like, yeah, y'all go watch it. Me, I'm really not. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm all right. Y'all ain't got to watch it. I'm all right.
Conchita Alonso. That's right. Maria Conchita Alonso. That's right, Alma.
That was
you can't even say that without sounding Spanish. Maria
Conchita Alonso. Ricardo Montalban. I think it's Montalban with a B, right?
It is with a B.
Yeah.
It's with a B. But it's okay because that's how we say it.
B and V sound the same in Spanish, right?
Wow, we just went down this whole weird memory lane thing of.
And they
Rich
did a
Dad.
remake. They did a remake of Fantasy Island now. His niece, I think, took over, and so like, it made it way more mystical than.
I think they need to leave some things alone. That's why they don't work out so well. But I know they try.
Trying to
Here's my
remake
thing, though. What? Can we talk about something else that I really thought we touched on? I want to have some more info from you guys. What is it exactly that you think we've lost because we have so many channels and we don't have this waking up at 6 a.m. to watch something on a Saturday morning? Like, can you kind of give me more substance of what do you think this generation's losing out on?
having something in common.
Ooh, well, that was succinct. Yep.
Having something. We used to all know the same show and talk about it. Now we all got different shows. We don't even watch we don't even watch the same networks. Some people have cable, some people don't. They're on Hulu, they're on Netflix, they're on HBO Max, they're on Disney Plus. I'm still watching Stars, so none of us really have something in common. We can all recommend series to each other, but none of us actually had the time to sit back and watch them all the same way that you did.
I love Zoom, but you know that one line was so cool. How you just said that you're like having something in common. That was just that was like perfect. Jeffrey just said, I saw a segment on the Today Show where people were speed dating and people had to interact with each other. I had the fear to go up to girl and ask her out. I got denied a lot, but today's kids don't understand that.
They don't conversate.
I'm misunderstanding that. Explain it to me. What?
I can tell you what it is. Rick, you want this one?
Go ahead.
Speed dating.
What is speed dating? I guess that's my first question. I don't even know what speed dating is.
Introduction, then you decide where you want to go afterwards.
Wait, say that again?
It's a quick conversation, introduction, maybe 5 minutes, and then y'all decide if y'all want to go on a date or not.
Pretty much. A whole bunch of people that get together and they keep mixing you up. So you spend 5 minutes with this person, then you spend 5 minutes with that person.
Oh
and then you try to see if you vibe with somebody.
I get it. So it's like you go to a place. It's like when they sit at the table. Okay. I'm sorry. You know what? I was still in a movie. I was still thinking of old school television. Okay, so he's talking about a different situation. Okay, got it. I'm an idiot. Sorry. Go ahead.
No.
Hey,
you should take a nap before you come off.
You know what? If I didn't have to work all day, why don't you pay my bills for me and I'll be ready for you when I'm done.
Pay my bills.
Shoot, I need at least $10,000 a month.
Nah, don't worry about it. You good.
10 grand a month, baby. I'll be fresh and ready every time I'm ready. Okay. I won't make no brain mistakes. Okay. Cynthia said having something to look forward to. Now everything is streaming, so you can watch it whenever.
Yes.
Ooh, great point.
I think one thing a lot of us do have in common is like when we talk about the Marvel movies and the Marvel shows, whatever has the most attention that's grabbing the biggest audience is pretty much it. But back in the day, we damn near had everything that was grabbing our attention, and we all had that in common. So like I said, there's more of a difference.
Free to laugh, but what's his real name?
Chris.
Chris. Hi, Chris. Yes, and Chris, I do remember that beautiful song, Lemonade. I don't know why Rick was singing it so weird. Getting gulp your food down and watch a TikTok movie. Oh my God.
That's Chris Rossetti?
No, it's not Chris Rossetti.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Is it Chris Rossetti?
Look at his picture.
I don't know his last name. I don't know him. I mean, I know him now because Rick introduced me to him, but everyone thinks I know everybody from Haps. I don't. I was there for
Chris, how you doing? I remember you, Chris. You was hilarious.
I remember him now because then he sent us this beautiful song called Lemonade, right? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't Beyonce. We're gonna send it to Tony. It's a really good song, and actually that's a very good artist too. So yeah, I think I actually like what Cynthia is saying too. Is there's no sitting down and enjoying something as a group, but then also what you said, Tony, which is having something in common to talk about afterwards, right? So we don't have a reason. Like I remember with Andrea and a whole bunch of our friends, we would get together to go see Sex in the City. So we would go to one of our girlfriends' houses. We'd make our margaritas. We were definitely those women. You know what I mean? We would have our margaritas or whatever we were drinking. I never drank that, but I was drinking red wine. But you know what I mean? We would go and there'd be like 5 or 6 of us and we would watch the episode that was coming out. And it was a way to get together, you know?
Yes,
hello, Ted Hicks. Do you remember when we used to view a TV show as a family?
Yes.
But you had no choice. There wasn't a lot of things to watch.
For those of us who had families. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're actually correct.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. But it's the same kind of thing. Just being able to be together.
I saw something today. I forget. I don't know. All right. Do you know the show? I think it's called Reacher. It's
Yes. On Amazon
it's like
Prime.
he's like a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude. Yeah. Very good review for that show. Very good review.
He was doing a video and I saw it, and like in the first minute he was talking about he's seen his psychiatrist, blah blah blah. But they were looking at statistics and they were saying from 2022 to 2023 he was giving like men 30% more loan than ever before, women, kids 40% more loan than ever
really?
before. And that now it seems like we have so many options, but yet we're more alone.
Yeah.
And it's messing up people's heads a little bit.
You don't have anything. You can't share what you have with somebody else because they're trying to share what they have with you, and the two of you may not see eye to eye the same thing.
Isn't that weird that something that was made to connect us all in a very, I mean, there are pluses and minuses to both. So I don't want to end the show on a negative. Here's the thing. Technology is amazing. Guess what? I would have never met you two if it wasn't for technology.
True.
Oh, you're right.
You know what? You need to go. You can go. Go be with your man, Ted Hicks. I'm trying to give you love, and you over here just pushing it away in every way, shape, or form. Baby. You and I, we done. It's over. No. But I'm being serious.
All about the joy.
All about the joy. I'm stealing that. That's gonna be part of it, dude. Cynthia, there was only one TV in the house, so you had no choice to watch
exactly.
what the family is watching. And if you had a TV in your room, you were the shit.
It's true though. It's true.
You
might have had a little tiny, might have been this big, but hey, it was yours.
Jeffrey said, I remember as a single guy in Boston, we wouldn't head out until Friends ended because there wouldn't be a woman out.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah, no, look at I do think there's a lot of things. Let me ask you this: would you go back to back then, or do you prefer how things are now? Ooh, interesting.
We want to go back to back then, but we also got to remember the time we was bored when it was rerun season and there was nothing on. You want now.
I want to hear what Rick has to say. I can tell when Rick's head is like, "Don't ask me."
I mean, if you had a decent family, then I guess it would be good to go back. But if you didn't exactly, then you may not want to.
You don't mean a decent family. You mean,
let's say, a non-abusive parent. I'm speaking about my own self.
Oh, okay. You're talking about your right. Okay, yeah.
So
okay.
if I had a non-abusive parents, and that would have been a different story. I'd be like, yeah, I'll go back to that time, but.
Well, I do believe we tend to look at things with rose-colored glasses because I would never go back. I do wish that the internet and the interwebs could provide a way in which we could still be actually more connected. But I think you're right. Unfortunately, we seem to be more divided now because we have so much more access. But maybe there are things like this show and things that we're doing to try to, help that or fix that. Cynthia said, because then people weren't glued to the TV and kids were outside making friends. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of things have changed, but there was also bad things back then too. So I'm just saying, let's try to also look at the good things that are happening now. We do have the ability to connect with people we'd never meet otherwise.
Yep, Chris.
Chris said there were 5 kids in our family, 1 to change the channel, 2 to hold the TV antenna, 2 to get dad his beer and snacks. Yeah, that don't sound good. Okay, that don't sound good. Hey, is Rick? Is Ted coming on tonight?
He should be.
No, I was just saying he could come up on here if he's not. But he's doing. Did he send you a link yet?
No, not yet.
I don't want to keep you guys. That's why. Because we are at the hour mark. But this is such a fun conversation. Go ahead, Rick. I'm sorry.
I remember the old joke. Hey, Brian, that they would say you knew all the kids were by looking at whose house all the bikes were at.
Yes.
That's true too, Brian. You can come up. They can come up if you guys want to send them the link. Ted, are you going up or not?
No, he's being literal. He means the actual arcades.
No, I know, but I'm just saying he could also come up and join in if they're not. I don't know if Ted's going up today. Ted said that's the thing about the old days. They were the old days.
Yeah. What's up, Brian?
I don't know what that means.
That's for me. It's a greeting for me.
Oh. What does it mean? You're not going to share? It's like a secret between you and me.
It's like a hello in this one particular TV show that we like. So.
Oh, okay. Hey, Jeffrey, thank you so much. Maybe next time you'll come up. I'd love to have you up here so we can talk about UVM. I love the arcade too. I used to hang out in the bowling alley, and I don't think I ever bowled. I just played arcade. That was really good.
I'm just spending quarters instead of dollars on video games. Yes.
A quarter, yeah.
Astral.
And
And
no,
Boston said a
Pac-Man.
quarter.
Yes.
I didn't love
Paperboy.
Pac-Man, but I was really good at Centipede.
Paperboy.
Oh, Centipede. I like that.
Paper.
Centipede. What's Paperboy? I don't know
He
Paperboy.
was delivering newspapers on the bike. He had to do
Oh,
it.
I thought you were talking about arcade games still.
See,
It is
you're
an
doing it
arcade game.
again. I'm like,
It was
It's
an
what?
arcade
arcade game.
Oh,
Yeah, it was an arcade game.
Oh,
I don't know.
that's a weird arcade game. I don't remember that arcade game. I don't remember
You know what?
that.
We're gonna make an amazing game. It's gonna be about a Paperboy. It's gonna be.
It's gonna be about you
Hey,
working.
people was in there too. We was all trying to. Steve,
Cynthia, how does Cynthia remember these things and I don't? I'm older than she is, and we grew up in the same neighborhood.
Exactly.
Frogger,
I
yes.
don't know Paperboy, Brian, Frogger, and Missile Command. Mortal Kombat, I remember. Not much.
Finish him.
Man, yes. Spy Hunter. I remember that too. Yes.
God, we are going down the weird. Now we're going down the gaming history. Of like,
I could be here. I'm trying to behave myself.
The nostalgia
Oh,
episode.
is it really hard for you to be on my show?
So I have a
You always talk about needing to behave.
because I have to be a little bit more subtle on somebody else's broadcast than I am on my own. When I'm on my own, I don't give a damn. I will go to hell.
I've watched you on your own. What do you do on yours that you
You
wouldn't
have
do?
seen the older ones that I've done.
What do you like? Really mean and
I trust people out.
oh, look at Ted said I opted not to go live. I'm in the cheap seats. Let's keep the stream going. I'm enjoying the stream. Well, enjoy because this will be the last one with Restream because I'm probably not going to.
I do remember Dig Dug. Dig Dug was good. I remember Pawn. Pawn drove me crazy.
Ask Brian if he wants. Rick, do you want to send Brian the link if he wants to come up? He don't have to, but he can. If anybody wants to come up, they can come up. We'll stay on for a little bit longer, like another 20
Brian,
minutes.
my favorite boat on Hydro Thunder is Damn the Torpedoes. That's my favorite boat.
Yeah, I mean, if Cynthia wants to, whoever wants to come up, they can. It's no big deal. Just let me know because I'm not paying attention to the side over here. God, this is so much fun. I feel like there are spots in my head that I don't remember, and I'm as you're saying them, I'm wondering if it's because of what was going on in my life back then.
Brian,
Russian
Devil's
Attack
Dragon.
and Contra Shinobi. Is he just talking stuff,
These
code
are video
words?
games. These are video games.
Oh, I don't know those. So Ted clearly doesn't watch the show, Rick. He doesn't know the drama I've been having with Restream. I don't know if I'm going to move to StreamYard, but I'm thinking of having both and doing the cheaper amount because Restream's been really trying hard to fix what was broken for me, but it was
Keep your
after a
business.
lot of heartache. What?
Keep your business.
Business.
And keep my business because I paid for a good plan or whatever.
If I
It's
may.
great. They've really been helpful and they've been kind and they're offering me a deal now to buy another year subscription. I'm
They
just
have the best deal out of all of them.
which one?
Restream. They have the best deal out of all of them.
I don't know. I think what they have over StreamYard is the comment section. I don't know why StreamYard has not figured out a way to have a comment section.
They also have more platforms for you to use.
Who,
Yes.
Restream?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I think StreamYard's comparable.
The ones you want to use, I would agree to you.
I only have 4. I don't need 17 platforms.
I
So
got 5 or 6 that I'll use.
yeah. Again, what
I'm
StreamYard
okay.
has now that I think is brilliant is I sent Rick the stream of emails back and forth. How you doing, Bri?
Right.
Is he frozen?
I don't know.
He's frozen.
But does that mean?
No.
Am I in the Phantom Zone?
Yes, you are.
Oh, you're clearing up.
Damn it.
There you
It's
go.
getting better.
There
It's getting better.
There you go. You're fine.
I'm out of the
man.
Phantom Zone.
On
What's
your
the
left.
Phantom Zone? Is that like on our end?
No, from Superman.
Superman movies.
It's a Superman reference.
I really don't do DC comics at all.
Oh,
I barely do Marvel. So anyways, it's not that I'm going to StreamYard. I'm just thinking I might try to use both of them on the lesser plan and see which one I like better because I don't want to. So the problem with Restream wasn't that they didn't eventually fix what was broken and had me do all these different things to try to get it to work. The problem is they kept blaming me for the problem. And it took a lot of exhaustion to keep explaining to them that I use Zoom, I use all these other things on a regular basis because I have clients in Australia. There's no way it's not my internet or my computer or my blah, blah, blah. And then I went and bought a new laptop, top of the line gaming laptop, and used it that day. And I still had problems. And I was like, and I'm done. You know what I mean? So.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
When's the last time you reset your router?
No, everything's fine. Did you just not hear what I just said?
All of it? No.
StreamYard, not StreamYard. What are we on? Restream realized it was their fault, and they then did all these fixes to try to fix it by me using a different studio. It didn't affect you guys at all, but Rick knows I had to put a little extension on the website and da-da-da. So they copped to it. They said they were fixing some bugs and they apologized. So now I'm like, well, if you want me to come for the year, I need a deal, which they're offering. So they've offered me a really good deal. So
Gotcha.
Yeah. So Brian, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on, baby?
No, just finished eating dinner and did the dishes, and then I looked at the time. I was like, oh, it's like you're on the air.
You just reminded me of the Martin show with Brother Man. He's, hey, what's up, Brother Man? Nothing. Just chilling.
Yeah, just chilling. I mean, when I got home, I went ahead and I'm caught up on the Bad Batch 3rd season.
Oh, Star Wars.
What is it?
Star Wars.
Another
Star Wars
show I don't
cartoon.
watch.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys have all this time? So Brian, do you do the same thing? Do you watch things fast like he does, 2-speed or whatever?
I don't know anybody that does that.
No. Yeah, who does that?
How did we just lose Rick?
He went into the Phantom Zone.
Rick, what happened?
I don't know.
Restream's like, we don't care. We're done with you.
Restream, you see this, right? Restream, you watching? You watching?
But that you just logged off, like you didn't do anything on your end?
I did not. I'm literally sitting here like, what happened?
Yeah, everybody has bars and everything. I don't know.
Hey, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry, how are you? Jerry's one of your people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that means one of my people. That in a nice way. But I remember the name. So Brian, how do you feel about, would you want to go back in time to when you were growing up and we didn't have all these channels and access, or are you cool with things the way they are now?
Well, let's see, back then I was very limited on stuff. I mean, I could go back.
What's happening?
I'm fine the way with things are now, but yeah, I mean, back then times were simpler,
Yeah.
less stressful. Trying to think.
You're saying less stressful. Rick, I don't know why you jumped out, but I'll let them know about it.
I mean, because like the only thing I did like with my friends and my brothers, when it was crawfish season, my mom had my brothers and I wake up at the crack of dawn, run lines, catch crawfish all day, come back with like 10 pounds, like 2 5-pound buckets worth of crawfish.
Wow.
Yeah, be waist deep in the water, running lines. So when all you guys like go to the store, they see all the crawfish there. Yeah, that's the easy way of doing it. We ran lines. Same thing too. We'll go like by the San Jacinto Monument, and over there they got all these like all the ship canals because near the ship channel. We'll go over there. We'll catch crabs. So whenever my mom wanted crabs, we went out there, ran lines out there too.
Okay, that sounds harsh though. How old were you?
About like 6, 7.
Oh God. Okay. All right. So I'm thinking you like it what it's like now, right? Where, more fun.
Yeah, I mean
that
like,
builds character.
I mean, I can adapt. I can adapt anywhere I go.
Right. Chris said, I'd like to go back in time to last week. Why? What happened last week, baby? Jerry, yeah, I know it happened again. I'll let Restream know. They'll watch it. They're actually here now, so it's okay. They're watching.
I mean, if I could go back in time, I'll probably go back to my freshman year in high school and move my freeze time move myself out of the way, so that way I didn't get injured, and then I could then I could like fulfill my destiny to go in the military.
Wait. Whoa, I missed something. When did you get injured? Did I
My
miss
fresh,
that story?
my freshman year in high school in a football game,
Oh,
I was
no,
the lead. I was the
right.
lead blocker, and one of the defensive linemen fell on my knee and snapped, crackle, pop from my ACL, MCL. So if I was to go back in time, I would do that. Just pick myself up and move like 2 feet to the right, and I'd have been a-okay.
And that would have changed the trajectory of your life today.
Yes.
Wow.
If I could turn back time.
Yeah. Don't need to scratch. Just fixing the timeline.
Wow. Okay. And Rick, we've had this conversation before because you talked about wishing you had not left a job, right? Or you
Wishing
would
I
have
had not taken a promotion, which led me
taken
to
a
getting
promotion.
laid off.
And then getting laid off. Right. And if you hadn't done that, you think it would have changed the trajectory of your life.
Oh, yeah. I know it would.
Tony, you got one of those? You got a moment in time that you think there was like one specific moment where everything could have changed and your life would be different and better?
I've thought about it more than once. Playing sports in high school, kind of glad I didn't. Doing an ROTC while I was in college, kind of glad I didn't. Um,
Glad you didn't or did?
I'm glad I did not do the ROTC. I probably would
Oh,
have screwed
glad you
myself.
didn't. Okay.
I probably would have messed myself up, or I wouldn't. I don't think I would be happy. I don't. As I look back, if I would have tried to have been more disciplined back then I was free to just be myself, I don't know if I would have been happy. As far as sports, my homeboys wanted me to play football with them. I had a couple of them who had injuries that were pretty much life changing. I'm glad I don't have that. And I'll be honest about that. Just like what Brian said with that issue, there were certain things he couldn't do after that sport.
Mm-hmm.
So what I didn't want to do was limit my options and my possibilities. I feel like I made a lot of decent choices, trying to keep myself out of trouble, stay uninjured, because I've never had a surgery or anything. So I've been good at life, and a lot of people can't say that at my age.
You know what I've never asked you is what made you go towards the military?
Lack of job options.
Okay.
In more than one state, I would look for a job. I couldn't find a job that I wanted, or if I did, it wasn't enough for me to survive on my own.
Mm.
And then I had dropped out of college too, and I was working on paying back my student loans, and I lasted about 2 3 years, and I just got tired of it. I said, "Bump it, I'll go in the guard." And I had only originally planned on doing 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
When I became a father, I was actually weighing options out with his mom. Should I do this? Should I do that? I didn't want to be deployed all the time. I wanted to be home. And if I did go, I wanted to come back a lot sooner than a year, 2 3 years. I didn't want to relocate the family and everything.
Right.
I will honestly tell you, I never thought I would still be in the Air Force in June. It'll be 29 years.
Wow.
I never thought I'd be. I said I was going to do 6 years and be done. June will be 29 years. I've been guard, active, reserve, and now civil service.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought I'd be in this long.
That's amazing though, right? That's kind of cool.
It's good that I can retire with a check.
That's
Yeah,
right.
My brothers
Amen.
are
Worried about retiring. They're worried about retiring and getting Social Security. I'm worried about retiring and having a check on top of it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Good
So
for you. Congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I've secured
That's
My
the
it.
brother-
silver lining. That's the like, I mean, you talked about it kind of like this, and then I'm like, oh, but look at that. You've invested all this time and energy, and you're gonna be okay, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm here.
Yeah. My brother was in the Air Force, and he doesn't have to
Yeah, I
work
see you,
anymore. He's
Chris. I
retired.
didn't retire
he don't
that
have to
high,
work.
but I retired from the guard and I came on civil service. So I have no break in service. I'm still in. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty good with what I got. I'm starting to
So,
feel
so you can send me 10,000 a month, so I can be really happy and joyful on Thursdays. No, okay. I'm just saying. It seems like you're gonna be okay. You know.
I'm gonna be okay, but I ain't gonna be $10,000 a month okay to spend.
He ain't balling like that.
And I'd be broadcasting right next to you. Hey, how you doing? All about
In Wyoming.
That's
How
what-
much is the hotel? No
not doing
problem.
Wyoming. Look at
In
him bringing back
in
Wyoming.
Wyoming,
Christian said my brother retired Chief Master Sergeant Air Force. Awesome.
which is the top enlisted rank.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm so proud of our military people, man.
I mean, like, hey, if I hadn't gotten injured, I wanted to do I was gonna go like full career in the Marine Corps.
Right.
Because that was the only thing that kept my drive. I wanted to be the first one in my family to be a Marine because my dad was Air Force, my dad's dad was Army, and then my dad's uncle was Navy, and then the rest of my dad's cousins are like Coast Guard, National Guard.
Right.
I wanted to be the first Marine, and that was that. It was like Marines are nothing. And the only thing too, like,
Marines are nothing. That's not true.
no, I said I didn't want to do any.
Isn't Jethro Gibbs a Marine?
Yeah, NCIS.
I
He
love
was a
that
gunny.
show.
He was a sniper. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
I
mean,
love
no.
that.
But I'm just saying, like my mindset was Marines are or nothing. I did not want to be in the Navy. I did not want to be in the Air Force. It was like straight Marines. That's it.
And I wanted to
And-
be Air Force
and my-
I was the same way. I was the same
Yeah,
way.
and then like my MO, like one of the two jobs for my for my MOS was mechanical engineering and combat engineering. And combat engineering is like teaching people how to fight. And then mechanical engineering, I was like, because I was really big on, like, I was a gearhead. Because other than football wood shop, auto shop was like my home.
You still got jobs.
But wait, so why didn't you do? Did I miss it? Why didn't you get into the Marines? Oh,
My
you didn't
injury.
want to get into it.
No, my football injury.
Football injuries.
Oh,
I was
so if you
I was
had
medically
been-
disqualified.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, because I was gonna do 25, 30 years in the Marine Corps.
You know what, Chris? That's just wrong. I'm not even gonna read that out loud. That's just horrible.
You don't have to. They see
Chris
it.
just said I'm currently serving a 36 years to life
That was-
marriage sentence. That's not nice.
Hashtag happily though.
Happily.
See,
That's him
hashtag
trying to save his ass after saying it. No. I'm
No.
on team wife. Wow.
That's funny.
Okay, I did not know that about you, Brian. I'm
Mhm.
sorry about your injury, but how is your injury now? I mean, you're fine now, right?
Yeah,
You're
I'm fine.
okay?
Yeah, I mean, like I had one of my tendons in my left knee to be my replacement. I have screws in my knee, but it doesn't bother me. Like when I was doing anything physical, like I still played football all 4 years. I just threw a knee brace on it
Oh my
and
god.
still maintained my spot on the team and everything, my position on the team. But yeah,
Favorite childhood memory, Rick?
I gotta be first.
You have to be first. Favorite childhood memory. Mine is riding on the back of, you remember the bikes, the banana, they had like the long seats,
Mm.
like with my friend and like holding on to him. Like, you know what I mean? It was like the girl bike,
Right.
Mhm.
right? But he would ride it. I just remember that and just riding on the street, like just, I don't know. It's one of my favorite memories as a child. Go ahead, Rick. Come
I was
on.
never allowed to have a bike, so I never had a bike.
What do you mean you weren't allowed to? Your parents didn't want you to be
Nope.
outside on a bike?
I couldn't have a bike. I couldn't go to the movies.
Wait, do you know how to ride a bike?
I did it once in Canada. My cousins taught me. So it took me
Okay,
a
that's
while to teach me.
interesting.
So yeah, I had an interesting child. I'm telling you. But anyway, honestly, I know it's gonna sound corny because we just talked about it, but my favorite thing was actually watching cartoons.
Watching cartoons in the morning. No, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Of course.
Tony.
Chris.
I think I'm gonna go with when I was in New York, my neighborhood was an apartment complex. They had a big dirt hill mound. We used to
Okay.
go to the mountain. We used to go over there and play all the time. And then apartment buildings had a little circle, like a little cul-de-sac with every 5 buildings.
Yeah.
And a UPS truck would come. And when he would leave, we would jump on the back and ride it around the circle.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. Those
We
are
used to do that too. We used to hang on people's cars and, you know,
Oh, yeah.
if they were driving and.
Now, when I was in Virginia, you had people who had scooters and we would ride bikes. Every now
Oh,
and then,
yeah.
we back
You
and
hold
see the
on.
fans and go, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
the things we did, and we didn't wear helmets when we rode our bikes. We didn't
We
wear
didn't fall
bags.
either.
and you
We
could
didn't
ride in the
fall
back of
either.
you could ride in the back of a pickup truck.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
without a seatbelt on.
right, right.
Look at I've said this before, and this is not to diss the situation today,
Your audio is still on, Tony.
right? But your audio's on.
Oh, sorry. My
That
bad.
was awesome. That's gonna be a clip. I gotta make that a clip. I've said this before, but like I walked on the playground recently, and like I couldn't believe how much cushion. You know what I mean? What's
Echo.
wrong?
I'm hearing echo. As soon as
Austin,
Tony
okay,
came
I'm
back on.
sorry.
Oh, I don't know. Is it Tony? Tony changed something, so maybe. Can you hear echo now? No, it's fine.
Okay.
But just how much cushion there is on the ground, on the playground now, it's like You know, like you fall off the slide, you don't get hurt. You know what I mean? It's all cushiony.
Yeah,
I know
it's recycled tires and mulch.
Yes.
but it's too soft. How do you learn not to keep falling if you think it's always going to be cushiony and soft? Do you know what I mean? Like you go down the slide, and if you're wearing your shorts are too short or whatever, you learn not to, because you're gonna burn your skin. So you learn you put it down a little bit, or you wear pants when you go. You know, like you. That's how you learn the lesson.
Can't even find any dirt to put on the slide to get dirty when you come home. Just so you go faster.
And I'm not saying they shouldn't have cushioning, but it just cracks me up that it's like, this is why we're not learning some of our basic skills. You learn from the mistakes.
They let us go teach ourselves. We got to teach the kids.
I don't have to teach no kids nothing because I ain't got no children.
And then they talk about too is that because the kids are not exposed to outside and getting dirty, they're more likely to get sick now because you develop that immunity when you're young and you're exposed to that. But when you get now, they don't get that, so they get sick a lot more than we used to when we were young.
Yes.
Oh my God, I never thought of that.
What?
I mean, like playing sandlot ball.
Why would I think of that?
Playing sandlot ball was like life. That was the weekend activity, sandlot ball.
Yeah. It's been a conversation, though, Carmen. Honestly, a lot of these kids, the immune systems were going down because they're not as active. They're not exposing themselves to things.
No, but I didn't think about the germ thing. I mean, not that that's what Rick said, but I didn't think about that. Like, if you're not outside interacting with other kids all the time, then you don't get used to being around other people. So then when you do come across somebody who has a sniffle, you get sick.
Then
I made dirt don't hurt.
I remember.
I kissed it up to God, the 5-minute rule.
I mean, but like
5-second rule, not 5 minute, 5 second.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, being outside in the sun, I mean, like we get our energy from the sun and everything. So I mean, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there are still some great things about this generation and what's going on. I still think there are some pluses. I still wouldn't want to go back. And I had a great childhood from my perspective. You know what I mean? I had a great childhood. But I do miss seeing kids interacting with each other in a real concrete way, like really playing games and really having like real fights. And, you know, now it's just everything seems so... I mean, it's all social media. It's all very fake.
I mean, right now, I mean, like right by the courthouse. I mean, they're still out. They're still like on the weekends, like people out there playing soccer on the field. There's still guys playing basketball on the outdoor court, and they also it's about 3 years old now, but they did a skate park.
Oh yeah, we have one here too. Yeah, skateboarding.
Yeah.
Skate parks, definitely.
So there's a skate park there too. So now, like on the weekends, it's always full. I mean,
that's
always,
good.
Yeah.
We have to get back to that. I think I did not think about the germ thing though. That's fascinating.
It was a big conversation during the pandemic that people are going to be sheltered, and this generation's youth, the past 3 years have deprived them. Almost been 4 years now. They've been deprived of the outside exposure we used to have.
Right.
They really have been. It's. I feel bad. Like when I take him out on the weekends, I let him go out there, I let him play for a few hours or maybe a couple hours and then bring him back. He's actually good being home. Now, what you said about this generation, you feel bad for them. The advantage that they'll be smarter technologically than we are.
They already are. That's
They
already are.
They're a lot smarter than we are technologically. They'll be ready to fly these spaceships before we be sitting there trying to figure out how to start the damn thing.
Yeah.
They already know what buttons to push.
Cynthia said the good old days. Yes, ma'am.
What are the good old days?
I mean, look at again. I don't want to go back because I'm really under the belief. Like, I just want to see how this all ends for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have worked way too hard. I want to see how it ends. You know, Alma just said if they attended school, they're exposed. Trust me. Yeah, she's.
I mean, I also do miss like with my brothers and some of my friends. Like, we just go shoot birds with BB guns.
See, always have to bring it back to being cruel.
No, I mean it was like learning how to hunt. I mean,
yeah, not a skill you need in the hood. Nope.
Sorry.
He rocks at this.
I know, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I had my little CO2 can, put in my little lever action BB gun.
No. Babies are born now with an iPhone in the hand, swiping away.
She's right.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm looking for the day that we are more like Star Trek than not. You know what I mean? Like I know that's really weird, but this is how you get there. The problem is we have to fix the divide between the socialization and the isolation that's happening. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the problem, is how do you use technology not to isolate us more, but to make us more loving, kind, considerate, wonderful human beings.
They teach each other how to use those devices. That's the conversation now.
I'm sorry, say that what?
They teach each other how to use the devices. That's the conversation now.
I mean, also too, like I mentioned this on a different broadcast. There's a website called meetup.com. And
Oh yeah, that's been around for years.
Yeah. And I said, yeah, so that's where people go, like whatever your interests are, whether it be like photography,
Hiking
music, and all that. You could actually meet other people and just find your tribe and go.
That's how I met all the people I work out with, that I used to work out with all the time. I mean, it's just, that's how I met them. Meetup.com is a great website that's been around forever, and it's in every city, every state, and you can just put in what your likes are and see what people are getting together to do what with.
Yeah,
in your neighborhood.
so,
it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Great friend, Brian.
I mean, yeah, we got like this new guy that's working with us now. I mean, he transferred from the Tampa location, and so he's new to Texas and everything. I'm like, well, came at a good time because like this weekend kicks off the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Because he was going, I saw like a group of people on horses and carriages this morning. I went, that's the trail riders. He's like, the what? I'm like, yeah. So this is official. They like lead the segue in. They have like a parade and everything. Because I was like, Saturday morning will be the rodeo parade and everything else. And he was like,
so
okay.
he found that through meetup.com?
No.
Oh,
on his
you
way
were
to
just
work.
telling you were sharing with him at work. Yeah.
Yeah. He said he saw that on his way to work, and I said, yeah, it's the trail riders. It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
And he just said, yeah. He goes, I see all kinds of people as a trail riders, like all like.
But I think it's good. I mean,
ethnicities.
I think that's the whole thing, is keeping the community thing and being in touch with people. And I think we're getting back to that, because I don't think this is working, only being online all the time. I think people are starting to figure that out. You know what I mean? So, but okay, I'm going to shut this down because it's an hour and a half. Brian, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you for stopping by.
Thank you for the invite.
Tony.
Thank you, Rick, for sending the link.
Tony.
Check the messages.
Good choice.
What happened, Brian? What'd you say to Rick? I missed that.
No. I sent Rick a link of like other shows that I watch.
Oh, all right, well, whatever. Tony, you know I'm just messing with you. You know I got mad love for you. Look at you. You're like, I know. Actually, I'm saying goodbye. Rick, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hey, and everyone, please check out allaboutthejoy.com. Please check out our podcast. We'll be back here next week.
Yes.
And thank you, everyone. Bye.